Yo, what is up guys? Delboy here, aka Blue Collar Sports TV. Hopefully you guys are doing well. If you're new here, smash that like, hit subscribe, all of that good stuff. So the White Rhino is back, well and truly. Dave Allen brutally knocks out Johnny Fisher in the 5th round in their rematch. First time around, of course, controversial decision to Johnny Fisher. And going into this fight, I still made him a favourite. I felt he'd be too active for Dave Allen, a fighter who's been historically lazy in the ring, never made the most of his opportunities, and I felt tonight would be the same. He came in at a heavy weight, he was like over 260 in there, and I felt he was going to do the same as he always does, turn up and not really try. And quite frankly, even watching the fight, I kind of thought that was going to be the case. Dave Allen was very low output throughout this fight, but, having seen it play out to what happened, it was almost like Dave Allen low-key old-manned Johnny Fisher. That's kind of what it looked like. But first round, Dave Allen came out and tried to press the pace in his own way. Not pressing the pace as in throwing a lot of punches, but he was just taking a front foot approach. He was kind of stalking Johnny Fisher. Landed a good couple of overhand rights in round 1. But Dave Allen really wasn't throwing much in round 1. Johnny Fisher wasn't throwing much either, but he was active with his jab. He was throwing a lot more jabs than Dave Allen. And he outlanded Dave Allen in the first round. Dave Allen landed the 2 eye-catching shots, the overhand rights, but he was outlanded by the jab of Johnny Fisher. But Johnny Fisher did look nervous in round 1, I would say. After round 1, I felt Johnny Fisher settled down a little bit. He wasn't quite as passive. First round, he was, like I said, throwing a lot of jabs. You could see he was putting a lot of weight on his back foot, like he didn't really want to commit, and he was leaning back. I felt that could be a problem because of the overhand right of Dave Allen. But anyway, round 1 was what it was. Rounds 2 and 3 and 4, again, it was more of the same. Dave Allen was stalking Johnny Fisher. He was landing the odd clubbing overhand right. He was landing the odd body shot. He was landing the odd jab. But primarily, more often than not, Dave Allen was landing in singles. And he wasn't really putting shots together like that. Not that Johnny Fisher was, but he was just a lot more active with it. He was throwing the jab more. He was throwing his right hand more. Sometimes Johnny Fisher would throw a 2-3 punch combination. I will say, throughout rounds 2, 3, and 4, Johnny Fisher got away with a lot of bullshit. The referee, Marcus McDonnell, we have to talk about this guy. The guy's an absolute scumbag. He warned Johnny Fisher twice before the end of round 3 about low blows. And there was a moment in round 4 where Johnny Fisher, I kid you not, must have landed 4 or 5 low blows in the span of like 10 seconds. Referee's standing right in front of it. And he says, oh, these punches are okay. Johnny Fisher, before he got knocked out, should have had points deducted. Blatant low blows, as far as I'm concerned. Blatant. But, rounds 2, 3, and 4... Dave Allen was staying close to Johnny Fisher without really doing much. He was following Johnny Fisher around. He was getting caught now and again, but he took the shots well. To be fair to Dave Allen, he was still covering up well also, and rolling with shots. It wasn't like he was getting nailed by Johnny Fisher as such. He was still getting touched, but he was taking a lot of the sting off the shots by, like I said, rolling and whatnot. And one thing I noticed, despite, I gave Johnny Fisher all the rounds up until round 5, but one thing I did notice, he was having to work quite hard. He was moving a fair bit. He was still throwing a fair few, he was throwing more punches than Dave Allen. And you could tell after round 1, despite settling down a bit, Johnny Fisher was still fighting with a little bit of anxiety. He was using a lot more energy. And round 5 was where the fight ended. Round 5, Dave Allen, was more aggressive. He took the initiative more. He managed to crowd Johnny Fisher, making him uncomfortable, landing short, hard shots on the inside. And round 5 just got a lot more physical. And the issues for Johnny Fisher started with about a minute to go in round 5. Dave Allen landed a lovely overhand right. Johnny Fisher was caught in a weird position. He was caught kind of square with his lead hand low. The overhand right lands, bang on the chin. It backs Johnny Fisher up. He doesn't look badly hurt per se, but he loses composure. Johnny Fisher backs up like I said. Dave Allen comes in, lands a lovely body shot. And at this point in time, with Johnny Fisher kind of losing his head, I would say, Dave Allen then picks the shots. Like I said, goes to the body with a lovely left hook. He then lands another left hook to the body, followed by a right uppercut to the head. He then swarms Johnny Fisher when Johnny Fisher is in the corner, lands a right uppercut, followed by an overhand right. Johnny Fisher, at this point in time, his legs have gone, and he buckles to the canvas. Fisher, you could see, he takes every second of the count. He takes the full 8 seconds, he gets up, but you can tell he's on unsteady legs. Beats the count, 10 seconds left in the round. Johnny Fisher, wobbly, Dave Allen marauds forwards, and he finishes this fight with a lovely combination. 2-piece to the body, followed by a left hook to the head, which fucking brutally knocks out Johnny Fisher. As Johnny Fisher is going down, Dave Allen lands another punch, a right uppercut, as Johnny Fisher is falling, and Johnny Fisher is knocked out face first. Johnny Fisher was down for a fair while, had to get the oxygen. He gets up, though, after about maybe 30 seconds, a minute, and that was it. Dave Allen by knockout. Listen, the fight itself wasn't of high quality, has to be said. Neither one of these guys are even close to British level. But you could see in Dave Allen, the guy's got experience, sparring top guys, being in the gyms a long time, just a lot of cute tricks on the inside. When Johnny Fisher did have success, Dave Allen wasn't really flustered. Whereas you could see that Johnny Fisher had a lot of anxiety in there, I would say. He was using a lot of energy. He was trying to box, but he didn't look comfortable doing it. It's not him. And his lack of ability got ruthlessly exposed tonight against a guy in Dave Allen who has never been British level, let's be honest. He's never been British level in Dave Allen. Tough guy, a guy in which I've been very frustrated with over the last 8-9 years, however long he's been on Sky Sports and DAZN and whatnot. But tonight was his night. He got the knockout. I felt he won the first fight. Congrats to Dave Allen. Again, it's his night. Do I have any faith in him going forwards to try to capitalise on this in any way? Not really, to tell you the truth. But the knockout was nice. It was well executed. Once he had Johnny Fisher hurt, he finished this fight very well. The punch placement, although it looked a little rugged and a little rough, was very good. Starting downstairs when Johnny was hurt, then coming upstairs was nice. Johnny just couldn't defend himself. He had no idea how to defend himself when hurt, and as a result, he got brutally knocked out. Johnny Fisher, hate to be this guy, but shouldn't be fighting on big cards. Shouldn't be fighting in these arenas. I don't care whether he sells tickets, he's not good. Yeah, what else can I say? He needs to take a serious look at himself and ask whether he wants to continue. Because he's not good. He's not good. Dave Allen, on the other hand, lazy as they come, but he's got more ability than Johnny Fisher. It is what it is. But fair play to him, man. He got it done. It was a good knockout, man. It was a good knockout. What can I say? Also, hopefully, this means that we see the end of that big fat gluttonous wanker, Big John Fisher. Can we all hope that? You know, if that's what Dave Allen has contributed to boxing, I'll take back anything negative I've said about this man. If he's exercised Big Fat John Fisher from boxing, the dad, then, you know, the weekend belongs to Dave Allen. And he's done a service for boxing, but we know this fat wanker's going to rear his ugly head again, so it is what it is, man. I thought I'd get that in there. But anyway, share your thoughts below. Beanie Guy Del Boy. Peace.